8. Tombo, just on your class, mate. How was it?
Yeah, good, man. Felt I'd push it a little bit today. So we did some almost like snatch waves. We did 3 sets of 3 reps, 3 sets of 2 reps, and then 4 sets of 1 rep, paired with like a gymnastic movement of your choice in the same format. But I thought that I would push it a bit on the snatches, because we've been doing the same thing for the last couple of weeks, and I haven't really snatched more than 30 kilos.
Yeah. And
it's felt kind of good, apart from last week when I felt my back twinge a little bit, but whatever that was, it's gone now.
It's probably just a bit getting back used to it again, really, isn't it?
So yeah, just added some load. It felt good. A bit of a confidence booster.
60 kilo snatch.
60 kilo snatch, it went up. Yeah. It wasn't my best 60 kilo snatch.
It's big progress, though, man.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh, decent, mate. Yeah, for those of you wondering, there's probably millions of you out there wondering, Jamie Cantwell, aka Bingo's not here this week. He's in Cornwall.
Main man. He's in Newquay, isn't he?
Oh, he's in Newquay, that's it.
Yeah.
You can probably tell he's on holiday because his Instagram's active. His Instagram never gets active when he's on holiday.
He's away. Yeah.
But so me and Tombo doing it today.
Hold the fort.
We're going to review this last weekend's Granite Games. We'll talk a little bit about the Cape Town one as well. But mainly about the Granite Games just because of the athletes involved. We'll also preview this coming weekend's semi-finals, focusing mainly on the European ones just because we have a bit more of an interest in there being from the UK. So mate, Granite Games first. I'll go through the placings.
Yeah, I've got them there as well, yeah.
So on the men's side, so similar to last week with the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Championships, the top 5 males, top 5 females went to the games as well as the top 5 teams. So in first place on the men we had Saxon Panchik, so Scott Panchik's brother. Second we had Chandler Smith. Third we had Tim Poulsen. Fourth Roy Gamboa, and then 5th Colton Mertens. And then 6th and 7th we had Nick Matthew, and 7th we had Taylor Self. So they get a shot at the last chance qualifier. So for those first 5 they get an automatic shot at the games. On the female side, first place was Ariel Lowen, second place was Mallory O'Brien, third place was Emma Carey, fourth place was Alessandra Picelli, 5th place was Caroline Connors, and then the 2 last chance qualifiers, so we had in 6th place Nicole McGaney, and 7th place Christy Aramo O'Connell, so formerly Christy Aramo. It's quite it's a good competition. This I liked it. It was really good. I mean, we'll kind of go over it briefly, and then we'll go to town on the especially on the female side because I feel like those
that's the talk of the town.
That's the talk of the town. But I mean, first shock I would say is Christy Aramo probably not getting an automatic games place. So she's a games veteran.
She's a veteran, yeah.
But I mean, she's got a shot at the last chance qualifier. But first WOD was a max snatch. The best snatch on the female sides was Nicole McGaney, so that was 215 pounds. But we had 5 female snatch over 200 pounds. The male snatch, this was fucking mental, was Anthony Davis, was 340 pounds, which is 154 kilos.
Which
is fucking mad. I think that is actually a record at a CrossFit competition.
At a live competition.
Yeah. And including that snatch, we had 4 male snatch over 300 pounds. WOD 2 was a thruster run. It was 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 of dumbbell thrusters into a 200 metre run in between. Mario O'Brien won that. Colton Mertens won that for the males. And then we'll finish up with WOD 3, so that's day 1. It was called So Close But Yet So Far Away. And this was in 2-minute intervals. So it was 9, 7, 5, 3 of ring muscle ups, hang squat cleans, bar over burpees. And in the remaining time, you had to complete a 50-yard sled push, 50-yard sled pull, and then a 50-yard sprint. So you would do as much as you can at the end of those 2-minute intervals after you've done the buy-in, basically. And female winner was Mallory O'Brien. Male winner was Colton Mertens. Let's talk about day 1, man, and let's get straight to it. These 2 teenage girls, Mallory O'Brien and Emma Carey, 17-year-old.
Yeah, I think I feel like Mallory O'Brien's kind of stole the spotlight. Yeah. Just because of the way, I think she had more first place finishes, but Emma Carey was right behind her.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what can you say? Just incredible.
I can't believe how much the sport has grown into that level. I mean, in a sport where you would say you know, it requires some just like athletic development to compete at a high level, which you would say only comes of age, you know, like strength and stuff like that. To be doing the kind of things they're doing at 17 years old is fucking insane. I mean, Emma Carey snatched 200 pounds. Mallory O'Brien put 200 pounds on the bar and missed it, but she still had a big snatch. I mean, just to do that alone is unbelievable.
It's
and
inspiring, man. It really is inspiring.
Oh, it's mad. And then, you know, really, so Mallory O'Brien got 12th in a snatch, and then she got a first. Like, so to close out day one and day two. And then Emma Carey got 4th in a snatch, a 10th, a second, and a 4th, and then a couple of bad finishes. But I mean, she still fucking smashed it. Like, you can't. It's unbelievable. Can you see them? Can you see anyone from this competition on the female side threatening a podium spot at the games?
I think on that showing, like, yes, I think they can. I
think who?
I think Mallory O'Brien.
Do you think?
I think both of them. I think we've got to see a little bit more of what they can do in, say, potentially longer WODs. We haven't really seen what their capacity's like there. But for me, they've already competed with the best in the Open and shown what they can do. Yeah. They've come to a live competition, shown what they can do. Obviously, the games is a different test. But, you know, like, if I was in their shoes, I'd be going into the games not confident, but just sure of yourself. You know, you belong in the field. You know.
I think it'll be difficult for them to podium. There was like a couple of finishes. That slightly longer one, it was back-to-back one. I think Mallory got like 12th in that, and then in back-to-back 2, Emma Carey got 14th. I think like this, like they just kind of highlighted a few.
Yeah, well, it could come down to inexperience
and age and stuff as well, and like the games is a different beast, right? Like, you know, you'll have longer workouts. A lot of these workouts from this weekend were quite short. I think that back-to-back one was the only one that was over 12 minutes, I think. But that's because they were both pretty much combined. They were 2 separate scores. The first one was taken around 10, 11 minutes. Right. And then the second one was super short as well. So that workout combined was long, but it was 2 separate scores. But other than that, they were all relatively short workouts. It'd be interesting to see how the pair of them do in a longer workout, how their bodies cope with that amount of volume.
We don't know what they're like in the water.
So there's a lot of kind of variables that will potentially affect their game's performance. I mean, they could go and blow it out of the water, but we just know that the ones who are already going, such as Tia, Hayley, Brooke Wells, people like that, and you know the ones who are competing this weekend in Europe, like Katrin, and you know there's already a real strong female field, and I'm not sure they're ready to like upset that.
I think they'll just give a good account of themselves. Yeah, let's put it that way.
But in the future, I mean, if you think they're this good at 17 years old, how good are they going to be at 18? How good are they going to be at 19? Like, their progressions potentially could be amazing. Like, especially their strength numbers, because you find with like younger girls and boys, it's normally the strength side of things that let them down. Like, if you think of Hayley, for example, Hayley Adams, she's a beast, but her top end numbers aren't quite there. Whereas these two girls seem to have like good top end numbers, and you know, obviously, especially in the slightly shorter workouts, they're absolutely smashing it.
It shows that the future of the female field will be competitive,
and I think it'll be exciting as well. Like, it'll be nice to see a more competitive field. I mean, the female side of things has always probably been a bit more exciting. I mean, the men's side of things has been impressive, but
it's been dominated
by basically 2 blokes other than Ben Smith. The female side of things, obviously, I know Tia's won 4 back-to-back, but I think maybe only last year
was her most dominant.
Was the one where she just like swept the floor. But it'll be good to see the likes of these girls come in and, you know, potentially just kind of like ruffle a few feathers. Like I said, maybe a top 10. I'm not sure if they're quite ready for the podium, because I think they'll still have these like outlandish finishes. They might get a couple of top 5s, but then maybe have a 20th somewhere or something like that. But
and I think they should go in there. I mean, I think it's quite easy as a fan to get carried away and think, oh, they're going to come in, but like, you have to remember they are only 17, so they should go in there with like 0 expectation and just have fun.
Yeah, enjoy
see what
it.
you can do. You know,
and I think as well, like, to just go there and just like learn from it will be a big thing.
So I listened to an interview with Mallory O'Brien's coach, James Townsend, and he seemed pretty confident that like it as early as a year or two she could be competing for the games.
Oh wow!
If that makes sense.
Because she has competed as a team before.
Yes. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. Easy used to be her coach.
Easy Mohammed.
Yeah, Easy used to be her coach. Okay. I watched the video on YouTube, and yeah, he was her coach when she was in the teens.
Okay.
And I don't know how she transitioned to end up with James Townsend. I don't know if she moved or what, but like that was the original, and it was actually funny to see her like being interviewed because she just looked like a kid back then. She still looks like one, but like she's just. I mean, she had blonde hair. And she's actually dyed her hair, so blonde, like the dark hair is not her natural hair colour. Yeah. But you can still see how she's aged.
Okay.
You know, because like she must have been about 15, 16 then.
Yeah.
So now she's 17, and smashing it.
Man, it's decent, man. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I mean, they both did really well. Like you say, the spotlight was on Mallory O'Brien, but Emma Carey did superb. I mean, a couple of second place finishes, a fourth place finish in event 1, a fourth place finish in event 5, and then in the last event she probably could have won it but got like no rep on those overhead walking lunges and then just kind of crumbled a little bit. Like she was in the lead and then just kind of crumbled, but she'd already qualified for the games at that point. But yeah, I mean, super strong. Alessandra Picelli's back at the games. I think it's like her 8th games or 9th games. Might be a bit of a swan song for her. I feel like it's kind of probably the last one.
Well, they were talking like it was, like it is. I don't know.
She's mentioned in podcasts that this is potentially her last games, but no, it'd be good. I mean, I don't think like this is necessarily like the strongest field of women in the semi-final events, but it'll be good to see how they do. What about the lads? I mean, I think those 3 blokes who qualified 1, 2, 3. I think you would have said.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I thought Chandler Smith was a given. He might have been the favourite to win it, just based on his previous performances. But it's nice to see Saxon Panchik there because like he's kind of been around for what seems like a while. Just because you know that he's Scott Panchik's brother. He's been on the scene.
He's still young.
He's still young, but now he's a games athlete.
I mean, cool. I think like he had some really good finishes. Saxon Panchik, he had a 5th,
deceptively strong.
7th, 6th, 7th, 4th. Chandler Smith, he's still got these like workouts where he'll do like he got a 2nd and a 1st this weekend. He also got like an 11th and a couple of 9ths. I wonder if that'll be a problem in the games. Like certain type of workouts, like he can smash. Like he's a good lifter. He'll do well on the kind of speed lifts as well. But in certain type of workouts, he might just get a bad finish. But this is just one competition, and he might be training with the games in mind. Like he just wanted to kind of get through this, but be interesting. Tim Paulson did really well. Like he kind of pulled it back towards the end with a 3rd, a 1st, and 11th. Roy Gamboa's like 36. 37.
Wow, well, I was going to say I don't really like 3rd and 4th. I don't know that much about them. I've heard the names, but
and then Colton Mertens. So he had he was a bit like Mallory O'Brien. He comes 20th on the lift, but he's only a small bloke. He's at 5'4". And then he got a 1st and a 1st and a 3rd. Did really well, and then had a bad finish, had an 18th, a 3rd, and a 12th. Like for his first games appearance should be interesting to see. But what about on the men's side? Can you see anyone kind of challenging? Like,
well, we've said in previous
last
podcasts,
week's that MAC Championships, that was such a strong male field. What from this kind of semi-final, can you see anyone causing not necessarily an upset because some of them are known to be strong, but
I think Chandler Smith could be in with a shot of a top 10 finish. I don't think he's ready to podium yet.
No.
Saxon Panchik, I don't know that much about him, even though it seems like he's been there a while. It will be an interesting one. I don't really see him necessarily making like a big splash, but like again, I could be wrong. It's just my opinion, Tim Paulson, I don't know that much about him.
He's a games veteran.
He's been to
the games a few times. So, but again, I think it'd be like kind of an average kind of top 20 kind of for these guys here. Like I said, I don't think it's a particularly strong region if you compare it to last week's. Like we said last week with Bingo, if you could pick one of the competitions to be at, you would have picked this one compared to last week. Because last week I felt, just from my point of view, it's a little bit more competitive. But some of these guys can go and really cause an upset. But yeah, I mean, the WODs were cool. We've gone through the first 3 WODs. WOD 4 was called Earn It. There's 50-foot handstand walk, 40 cal ski for lads, 30 cal ski for girls, 30 deficit handstand press-ups, 40 cal ski for lads, 30 cal for girls, and a 50-foot handstand walk. Mallory O'Brien just smashed it as well. Went unbroken on the handstand press-ups. But again, Emma Carey was close, man. She second. She was just behind her. I've just felt Mallory O'Brien's handstand walks were better.
Well, apparently, I mean, she's a former gymnast.
Yeah, and she's got her technique is very good.
I've heard on the interviews, gymnastics is just her.
Really?
Yeah, it's her ballpark. Anything gymnastics wise.
That's interesting.
She likes it.
We had back-to-back 1, which was 3 rounds. So I know Bingo was looking forward to this one. It was 33 wall balls, 22 GHD sit-ups, 11 D-ball cleans. Ariel Lowen won that for the girls. Grant Belrose won that for the lads. This is the kind of workout where I thought the likes of Mallory struggled a little bit. Emma Carey quite was 4th, but heavy wall balls for 99 reps. GHD sit-ups probably pretty sound with that, but the heavy wall balls and the heavy D-ball cleans.
What was the weight of the wall balls?
So it was £30 for lads, £20 for girls.
Oh, okay.
So and I think it was to a 10-foot target as well. Target. So that was pretty tasty, and I think that's where you kind of seen them struggle a little bit. But it's in them type of WODs that you'd think they'd get a little bit better as they go on. And then it was after that it was a rest, and then you went straight into 2 rounds of 22 toes to bar, 11 D-ball step overs. Ariel Lowen won that again, so she had a really strong day 3. Ariel Lowen, she absolutely smashed it. She had a couple of first place finishes. Tim Paulson won that. I'm not sure what happened with Mallory O'Brien on Emma Carey on this, because originally they come like 14th and 4th, but they both ended up appealing it and got a higher place. Or I can't remember what their original. They both ended up appealing the decision. I don't know whether it was a judge's decision or a counting issue, and they shot up further on the leaderboard, and it pretty much solidified their games position. But I don't actually know. I couldn't find out what the issue was. The final was for time. It was 30 cal row for lads, 20 cal row for girls, 3 legless rope climbs for lads, 2 legless rope climbs for girls, into 3 normal rope climbs, so using your feet, 9 devil's press, so it's a 70-pound dumbbells for boys, and then 50-pound dumbbells for girls, and then a 15-yard double dumbbell overhead lunge. On the female side, Alessandra Pacelli won that, and Chandler Smith kind of smashed that, kind of bit of a performance. But overall, what do you think of the WODs on that?
I thought they were decent, man.
Pretty decent.
I liked them.
One thing I would say is I thought they were all relatively short.
Yeah,
there wasn't really like a long one, other than that back to back. But again, it was scored separately. But no, cool. It's a cool weekend. We had the South African one, so we won't go too much into that. But Jason, Jason Smith qualified, and do you know who the girl was?
No, I don't know who the girl was.
I don't know either, but she's probably not going to listen to this podcast. We ain't that famous yet.
What about me?
Cool. So I think really like this weekend, this is the kind of one just as some UK lads, what we're looking forward to the most really. So there's 3 semi-final events this weekend. We've got the Brazil CrossFit Championships, which is obviously in Brazil. Well, actually, it's not in Brazil. So all 3 of these competitions are online.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have the Brazil CrossFit Championships, this is online. You have the Lowlands Throwdown, which is also online, which was originally meant to be in Holland. And then you had the German Throwdown, which is online, which was obviously originally meant to be in Germany. With the online workouts, all 3 of these competitions are doing the same workouts.
Are they?
But you're only competing amongst the people who are originally in the competition.
Yeah.
So the online workouts are all the same for those guys.
So I guess CrossFit's had a intervention there.
Basically, yeah. What we'll try and do is try and get the workouts up. So we'll go through the workouts, and then we'll kind of go through each competition individually. So workout 1 it's a repeat of that friendly Fran, I think. So it's 3 rounds for time, 21 thrusters, and then 21 chest to bar pull-ups, 85 pounds for ladies, 115 pounds for men. Workout 2, if I can get it to load, so you can get it up, man, on your phone.
What are you on the?
just got
You want the games,
semi-finals. Yeah, so I mean, it'd be interesting to see that. I mean, it's quite a quick workout. I mean, in the game, some people were doing that in about 3 and a bit minutes. I think Fraser went sub 4. We've got workout 2.
For time, 50 dumbbell shoulder to overhead, 50 dumbbell deadlifts, 50 GHD sit-ups, 100 single arm dumbbell overhead squats, 50 GHD sit-ups, 50 dumbbell deadlifts, 50 dumbbell shoulders overhead.
What weight's a dumbbell?
So 50 pounds for the men, 35 pounds for the female.
Okay, so it's not super heavy. What's the time cap on that?
25
minutes. Okay, so that's quite a long workout. I mean, the time cap's long. You don't know what kind of times people will be finishing that in. Workout 3?
Workout 3. Yeah, for time, 30 muscle ups, 30 dumbbell front rack lunge, 300 double unders,
Oh, wow.
20 muscle ups, 20 dumbbell front rack lunge, 200 double unders, 10 muscle ups, 10 dumbbell front rack lunge.
Is that 10 meters?
10 meters, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, 10 meters, yeah. 100 double unders, 35 pounds for the females.
Same way.
Yeah, again, a long one.
Yeah, I mean the time cap's long. It'll be interesting to see what people do that in. But obviously, like it's like 500, 600 double, 600 double unders. It's quite a lot of muscle ups. So 60. So I'd imagine that's on the longer side of things. What about workout 4?
Workout 4, we have complete as many repetitions as possible in 10 minutes of 10 snatches, so 85 pounds for the girls, 135 pounds for the guys, rest 1 minute. 10 snatches, 125 pounds for the girls, 185 pounds for the guys, rest 1 minute. 10 snatches, 145 pounds for the girls, 225 pounds for the guys, rest 1 minute. Then max rep snatches in the time remaining of 165 pounds for girls, 245 pounds.
Okay, so that's quite a good one. That's interesting because obviously that's you'd say their strength workout, but you know, you got to earn the right, and it doesn't go like, I mean, what's that, 111 kilos for lads?
Yeah.
I mean, compared to some of the kind of numbers people were snatching over these past couple of weekends, it's not like we're going near those numbers. This is more of a rep thing, and like you've got to do 30 snatches before you even get to that. So it'll be very interesting. It'll be cool to watch. That
would have been an awesome one to watch live.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. Yeah, it'd be quite quick.
So workout 5, we have for time 2k row, 60 meter handstand walk, 5 legless rope climbs, 1000 meter row, 40 meter handstand walk, 4 legless rope climbs, 500 meter row, 20 meter handstand walk, 3 legless rope climbs, 30-minute time cap.
Ooh, so potentially another long one. What about number 6? This is the final workout. I think this is Gretel, isn't it?
It's Gretel, so it's
similar
we've
to
seen
the
it already.
10 rounds, 3 clean and jerks, 3 bar facing burpees.
Yeah.
135 for lads and 95 for girls. That's a 7-minute cap.
7-minute cap.
Well, so I mean, before we go into kind of the detail of the athletes, like if you look at those workouts compared to this weekend, so my only kind of criticism was that I thought this weekend's individual workouts were quite short, like overall. I mean, there we've already got 2 with a 25-minute cap and 1 with a 30-minute cap. So a little bit different, and that makes up half the workouts, and it also lets you know like kind of CrossFit's thinking with how things are potentially done. But you know, pretty cool. I thought we'll go into the Lowlands throwdown first. I mean, on the men's side, we've got Reggie Fasser, so obviously UK athlete. He qualified in first place going into this. We have BKG,
It'll be a fun runner.
Bronislav, Adrian Munweiler, Frederick Agidius. That's Simon Mantala. So he qualified second for this competition. Second in the European quarterfinal, and then got seeded into this competition. What are you thinking, man? Like, what would you like? So I would like to just see like the UK guys just qualify, and then chuck in BKG there as well. But
you've got Mikey Steele. He's, if you know, he's on the UK scene.
Yeah. So he got an invite. Obviously, Dan Ty as well. He comes 22nd.
There's the Greek guy. Well, there he is. Ioannis Papadopoulos.
So
I've only always seen his name in the open.
He seems to always really do well in lifts.
Yeah.
But he qualified. So he comes 29th in the quarterfinal stage of the European region. But yeah, like we kind of pick a top 3 from this region. I know 5 qualify. Well, let's just go for a top 5. I think BKG has got one of those spaces.
He's got one of those spaces.
I also think down from experience, Adrian Munweiler, like he's just got the experience. He's competed at the games before. He probably would say that he didn't do particularly well in the Open as well as he would have liked. But then, like I said, I would really like to see Reggie Fasser go, just because he absolutely smashed it. He qualified in first.
Likeable guy.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. And then I think the other two, I mean, Simon Mantley, he got like pretty much identical scores to Reggie Fasser.
Yes, they did. Was that in the Open?
No, in the quarterfinals.
In the quarterfinals, yeah. Okay.
And then obviously, I suppose the last one you got Frederick Agidius.
You got Bron.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's some long workouts there though. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's a super strong guy. It'd be interesting to see how he does on those slightly longer ones.
He'll annihilate the snatch. That snatch is so strong.
Absolutely smash that.
That'll be one. I'll be looking for him to maybe even win the thing.
Yeah.
Like.
I think it'll be interesting because, like, I obviously I don't know much about Reggie Fasser other than what I see on Instagram. But it seems like out of his lifts, his snatch probably isn't the strongest. But I say isn't the strongest compared to like top games athletes. But maybe this format of snatching is good for him.
Suit him.
Instead of it being like a max
all
snatch,
max.
I think that'd be quite good because I would really like to see him qualify. On the ladies' side, the same competition. You've got Annie. You've got Emma McQuaid, you've got Laura Horvath, you've got Tora Helga daughter, Megan Lovegrove. We've also got some Brits. Obviously Taylor Howe, she qualified quite high, so she was 6th coming out of the quarterfinals.
She's a favourite to qualify, you know.
I really hope she does. Martha from CrossFit from Bicester.
Yeah, Impact Bicester,
which is
local,
really cool.
Local girl.
Yeah, local girl. So yeah, it'll be really cool to see. I mean, who can you see on this side, on the females kind of qualifying? I mean,
this is interesting because I think on reputation alone, you're thinking Annie.
Yeah.
But like she's just come back from having a child, which is impressive as hell.
Yeah,
for her
super
to even
impressive.
make to the stage. But
And
like,
not too long ago.
not
as
too
well.
long ago.
Yeah.
It almost feels like she's had her child and just like jumped straight back into training, and here she is and done quite well.
Yeah.
This is tricky, man. I don't really know. Like I said, on reputation alone,
I think Laura Horvath. She went into this competition coming out of the quarterfinals in first. So she's obviously done very well, and it also seems like she's worked a lot on her weaknesses, like especially handstand.
There was a handstand workout she actually did all right in, because historically she's been really bad.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I think Laura Horvath will potentially win it. That Tora daughter, Helga daughter, she does well, and she's a games athlete.
Been around, yeah.
She's a games athlete as well. Emma McQuaid is a games athlete. So I reckon Laura, Helga daughter, Emma McQuaid, I think they pretty much gonna guarantee to go. Just they might not, but like just based on what I think, they potentially could. I'd really like to see Taylor Howe go. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. She's a weightlifter. She's got a weightlifting background.
I'm not too sure. She trains with the JST guys. Like she's
I think
a
that's
strong
where she
girl.
started. Then she got into CrossFit.
I'd really like to see Megan Lovegrove go, because she qualified last year.
She's a beast.
She's a beast, but she couldn't go because of COVID. Because I think she won she qualified by winning national champion, and it's a shame that she couldn't go. Like, because you know how hard it is to get to the games. So I'd really like to see her go. Not like we know her or anything. But it'd just be cool. But yeah, it's quite a few UK girls. So like I said, we've got Taylor Howe, Martha, Emma McQuaid, Megan Lovegrove, Caris Webster, and Lucy Campbell. So yeah, that'd be good. But cool. So that was the Holland one. The other one we'll preview is a German one. So on the male side, got some familiar names. We've got Elliot Simmons, so from the UK, Jonakowski, Lucas Estinger, and then there's some new ones, kind of, Lazar Dukic. He did really well, qualified 14th.
PD Savage, he's been around for a
PD
while.
Savage from Ireland, I'm not sure how he did in the quarterfinals, but I think there's a few lads from Ireland competing.
Joshua Chalmer.
So Joshua Chalmer came 8th in the quarterfinal phase.
Wow.
So that's, I mean,
to be fair, it's quite a prominent rise for him.
He's done really well.
I mean, I remember judging him at like a European Inferno, like what, as little as it must have been like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and like
he's smashing.
Now he's smashing.
He competed in the regionals as a team, as part of the athlete program, I think a while ago, and then he made a switch. I'm not sure where I don't know whether he got programmed by JST, but I think he lives out in Dubai now, and he just seems to be smashing. But it'd be really cool to see him. I mean, I'd like to see him go to the games, but Elliot Simmons is a superb CrossFitter, I think.
He's a vet. Well, I guess you could say he's a bit of a vet now.
I think he's been to the games twice or 3 times.
At least once with a team.
He's definitely been as an individual. He might have been twice, and then potentially done the online one last year.
Right.
So you'd count that as a games appearance just based on the fact they qualified.
Yeah, for sure.
But with 3 of the workouts being quite long, like he's got an engine on him, that boy. And again, similar to Reggie, with the snatch one, I think it helps that it's not a max out snatch. So it'd be cool to see him, like, I think he can snatch that weight, but yeah, it'd be great. But I think Elliot Simmons, Jonakowski qualified. I'd like to see Josh Alchama go. I think that'd be really cool. Lucas Esslinger, I think, would go, and then kind of 5th spots up for grabs. But this Alex Katoulas, he's from Greece. He competed at strength and depth a couple of years ago, the one Fraser competed at.
Oh, right, okay.
And mate, he's a fit lad. He's a strong boy as well. He's quite a small guy, but one to watch out for.
I think I know what you're talking about.
He came 20th in the quarterfinals going into this competition, so it'll be interesting. On the female side, we've got a lot of UK girls again. So we've got Lauren Stallwood, so she qualified in 66. We've got Emily Dwyer, Sapphire Goddard, so she's out of the UK, and then Evie Hollis out of the UK, and then Sam Briggs out of the UK. This is quite a packed region.
Wow,
so we've got Sam Briggs, you've got Katrin Davidsdottir, you've got Camilla Solomon Hellman, Kristen Holt, Emma Toole. They're all like real good athletes.
Yeah, they're really good.
Be interesting to see, but I think Katrin's.
You'll put your money on Katrin.
Yeah, I think she's definitely got a spot. Kristen Holt, she's such a good CrossFitter,
I mean, technically she's a master now, isn't she? And
she's 35. Yeah. She just does really well. Like, and again with some slightly longer workouts, 3 longer workouts. This will be interesting because Briggs, 3 long workouts. The snatch one doesn't go to a max snatch. It's just, like we said, it's that kind of ladder. It'd be interesting to see how she does.
Well, as she's known, we don't call her the engine for nothing.
Exactly. So, but I think Katrin, Kristen, definitely got a spot. Emma Toole, so she does quite well. She did well at Sid last year. I think. And then Sam Briggs would be cool to see.
Because Camilla's been to the games.
She has, yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Decent, man. Sweet. Right, so obviously we haven't really kind of previewed the teams, but we haven't looked into it. But Motion, are doing it this weekend. So that's Harrison, Grace, and their partners. I'd love to see them go to the games.
That'd be cool. They seem like good people.
They are decent people. They're really, really cool guys. Harrison's a really good bloke, and Grace is really nice as well. And it'd just be cool to see them go. But they qualified in 9th going into this from the quarters. It'd be super interesting to see how they do, but it'd be lovely to see them go. The athlete program, so it's Mike and I'm not sure who the other guys are in their team, but again, it'd be good to see them go. Like, he's a good captain, he's a bit of a good leader of that team. They've been around for a while and they've been competing on the circuit for a while. So they qualified in 14th, but they won the lift. I think it was a 4-rep max front squat in the quarterfinals. They won that. So it'd be interesting to see how they do it. I think it would have been better for them if there was a max lift in this, and there was a combined total similar to the other ones we've seen. I think they would have excelled a bit on that. The fact that it's a ladder like this with max reps at the end, I still think they'll do well, but it might take away their kind of advantage that they have slightly. And then you've also got CrossFit Watford going, so they're the UK teams. It'd be cool to see them do well, but I'd really like to see, definitely love to see Motion Fitness qualify for the games. It'd be so cool. Relatively new affiliate as well. And it'd be good to see the athlete program do well as well for like Mike and that. But cool. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Just looking forward to it. I know I'll be doing my weekend.
Watching it. So we'll do a big review next weekend. Bing will be back, so I'm sure it'll be some really good feedback from him.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.